Well, you find me in a slightly calmer state of mind than when I was recording the vlog last night. It's been a pleasingly dull day. Does that make sense? Started off going to the physio. So I started going to well, I don't know, he's not a physio. I mean, he might be an osteo, a man that has hands and does things on me. Once I had the new hip, that was 6 years ago now, 6 years ago in January, I decided part of the rehab would be to go and just have everything checked out, check things are straight, and just check everything's in good working order. And I've kept it going pretty much non-stop since then. He's good, he's not cheap, but he's the sort of guy that doesn't want to see you regularly, would rather you take care of yourself, so he sort of gives you some maintenance ideas, just checks them in alignment, and I tell him what the worst aches and pains are at the moment, and he works on those. So today was the neck, because the neck has been really, really sore recently. I was saying to him, I think if I was a headache sufferer, it'd be the sort of neck that would have given me a headache. Don't know what it's due to. He thinks it could be due to the rucksack that I carry around a lot of the time, obviously the amount of time I spend at the desk working and so on. But anyway, I finished with him, and then by 12:30, I was in here. And it's been all right. I came in, and all of the photos had gone over. And the photos seemed to have gone over perfectly, as far as I can tell. Album for album, they all seemed to be there. That was good. The music I started to migrate when I got here, and both of those, I suppose, were about 75 to 90 gigs. They weren't massive, but big enough. The music transferred, well, that was why I was here. It transferred really quickly. The only downside of that, all the albums have gone over, but it's lost the metadata. Well, I say the metadata, it's lost the album art and the album titles, which is a pain in the arse. So I'm going to have to go through and begin relabeling all those albums before importing any more albums. It's not the end of the world, it's just time consuming, and it all looks so pretty and nice on the last NAS. I did make a bit of a mistake when I was setting up the personal folders on the NAS, and that kind of cost me some time yesterday. It's not perfect now, but I'm not going to obsess about it. It's working, it's all okay. And so I was just checking the mic levels are okay, because I've pretty much left everything the same as last night, so hopefully it should look exactly the same as last night. So the last thing I'm doing now is migrating over. I've forgotten there's one big folder on there, 2.5 terabytes of archive video footage. Now I'm hoping when the Mac goes to sleep, it will carry on transferring. If it doesn't, there's not a lot I can do about that, because I'm going to be leaving within the next sort of half an hour, 40 minutes or so on. That's the last one I've got to do. Once that's done, then I can take the old NAS home and see how that works. At the moment, I'm not going to touch anything because I can still remotely access that NAS. So it means I've got access to a NAS with all of my stuff on it. For the moment, so I'm playing music at home, I can get to my photos at home and so on. But the migration process has been okay. I'm definitely going to be making a video about that, and also, I'm sure it's been done before, but I'll do it in my own way, and also about the putting movies on and so on. Interesting conversation that we've had about the DVDs. It's shocking to think that they're sort of 25, 30 years old. There's me thinking they were still decent quality, but of course you think of the TVs we were playing on back then. Were they still CRTs back then? I think they were. So you think of the kind of quality that we were used to then to what we're used to now. It stands to reason. It's just in my lazy brain I thought, oh, it's going to be great quality. So my next question to you is, other than dodgy torrents, which I don't want to get into, are there any sites? I think with Plex you can pay a subscription and you can get the Plex, you get movies with part of Plex on the server. I don't want to do that. I want to use a Theatre app. Is there any place I can get decent high-def versions of movies from, rather than the few DVDs I've got? Because I'm going to run out of the few DVDs I've got. I haven't got many. So is there a place that I can get movies from to put on the NAS? Please tell. That would be great if there is. And if it's just, rather than subscription, just sort of paying for the odd one, that'd be great, because then I can have it on the NAS, watch whenever I want. And yeah, so let me know. But it's been, when I think just over the last little while, how much we've helped on, well, I say we've helped on another, you've helped me. But also the learning, I've learned how to rip a DVD, I've learned how to use Make MKV, I've learned so much about the NAS, and I really understand why NAS is such a sort of cult thing now. It's great fun. But anyway, that's doing its thing. So that's good. Also, I had a really good tidy up in here today. Everything looks much cleaner and tidy. I had a decent dust, not spotless, but better. Emptied a load of stuff out behind the I've got 6 plastic bags of rubbish to throw away when I go home tonight. Loads of cardboard boxes, loads of empty boxes, and I was pretty brutal. I thought if I haven't used it for 6 months, it goes. I've kept the lanyards that I've got this year because I think they're just quite a nice memento of things I've done this year since CES. I've now got, there's a cupboard in the corner over there, which I hate, but I've got the top of it clear, save a pair of headphones, and inside is all the gear that I haven't used or is unused or not using but still boxed, that kind of thing. So iPad screen protectors, iPad keyboards, that Clicks case that I still haven't got into, a couple of hubs from a Cassis, that sort of thing. It's all in there. All those headphones I was given by JLab, they're all in there. So I know everything kit-wise is pretty much not on the shelf behind me now. I've got a few more books on the shelf behind me. I've just had a really good go around and just cleaned things up and made things. The desk where the iMac is much, much cleaner now. That looks really good. So I'm just happy because when I left last night, I was in a very confused state. I was coming in today to a mess, which I was, and I wasn't looking forward to it, but it's kind of breaking eggs to make an omelette kind of thing, I guess. And it just feels much better in here today. So in that respect, it's been rewarding. The good news is it's around London, it's been raining all day. They managed 5 overs at the test. Yay! Only took 2 wickets, so I have got a test match tomorrow. So I'll be getting on the train to Waterloo tomorrow morning. Then I think it's the Northern Line to Bakerloo, then Bakerloo around to Warwick Avenue, I think is where we're meeting up, and then going off to Lords from there. So 5 wickets, I should get a morning out of it, certainly. We possibly even just after lunch, which is kind of nice. So I don't know what the train's like on Sundays. Last time I used the Waterloo line on a Sunday, you couldn't go to Waterloo, you had to go for Clapham. And then I think there was a train from Clapham to Waterloo, because I think the escalator or something went out of action. I don't know if that's still the case or not. I'm going to book my tickets while this is uploading. And it hasn't really been much today, but I wanted to just keep up to date with where things are at. And the only other thing I woke up to this morning was an email from Joyroom. They made a sensible offer, not what I wanted, but in the climate, and I kind of know where things are this year and roughly what I can charge for a dedicated video. I've worked with them before, which does count for something. So I immediately emailed back and said, yes, haven't heard back yet, but I think that is a deal now as well. And I've chased up ESR as well, because I use their tracking code for DHL, and it's not showing that product's anywhere. So I've sent it to her and said, look, where is it? Because that would give me 2 videos to make in June, paid videos, which will clearly help. And then it's looking out for new leads. I did have one this week, which was interesting, and I was jumping to do it, which was KN filters. I've used, is it KNF filter or KNK filters? KN filters, you know the ones. I have got, that was the first variable ND I bought. And so I said, and I checked his email, it looked all legit, and I haven't heard back. I'm giving him one chase, and he hasn't come back to me, so it's a shame. I think they were filters for, I think they were ND filters for the iPhone. But he hasn't come back yet, so that's it. I kind of make one reply to them, and if they haven't come back, then I assume it was a time waster. And I did chase up again with Hollyland. I've offered to make something free for them, and she's just not coming back to me. Clearly doesn't like the cut of my jib. It's a shame, because I would have loved to have got my hands on the newest version of this, but she's just not coming back to me at all. I've also tidied up my main desk as well, so the NAS is now on the desk. I used to have my studio monitors on stands. I've taken those away now. Everything looks much cleaner, much neater. I'm really happy. Leaving here today, I'll be in a happy place. It will just look good. So I'm just looking around at my day's work. So it's been sort of a long, dull day in here. Got very hot. I was going to go over to Carlo's for lunch, but it was absolutely wetting it with rain. So I didn't. I managed to cobble together some stuff. He had some hard-boiled eggs and rice. That was lunch. Not too glamorous today, but he got the job done. And I say, it just coming in. I need to clean the floor. I need to get a mop or something. It's very dusty. I think they've got a mop downstairs that I can use. But it just feels a much better environment to come into to work. So next week, I've sent the new video link to Ugreen. So hopefully I'll wake up on Monday morning to them saying, yep, all good. So that can be published on Monday. And then from there on in, I suppose my next focus has got to be on the Magic Pad 4 and deciding what I'm going to do about that. And my theory at the moment is if ESR get their device to me quite quickly and Joyroom get their device to me quickly, I think Joyroom's a battery pack, a tank, a brick, and ESR's a phone charger. I'm thinking of booking up a hotel room somewhere in central London, staying overnight, because both those videos would work, doing kind of as a hotel, charging your iPhone, out on the road, charging your phone. It would work, and I can get up and do some late night photography in London, do some early morning photography in London, whatever. But it would just, out of the money that I'm making from those two, although money's tight at the moment, it would make sense. It'd make the videos come to life more. Although I'm in London tomorrow, clearly it's not really a working day. Somehow, as we've discussed, I will vlog. I don't know how yet. I think I'm going to take the Neo with me, my normal camera backpack, keep it as simple and as light as possible, take out anything I don't need, and I'm just going to take the one lens with me, and I'll take the zoom lens as well, because I think I'll be able to get some quite nice shots of the players. Not that I'll post those on Insta or anything, but I might be able to get some quite nice shots of the pavilion, the top of Old Father Time or something like that, depending if there's a blue sky. The weather's meant to be better tomorrow at least, so I think that there'll be enough play to get the game finished. It's meant to be dry. So yeah, that's been the day. I don't think there's anything else to go through. Hopefully I'll come in on Monday and that 2.5 terabytes of video, I've forgotten about that. That is obviously the big one of my all the archive stuff from the last couple of years. I probably don't need all of it, to be honest with you. I can probably get rid of the stuff from 25 now, because your style changes, the camera I'm shooting on changes. It's interesting, when I was watching that tutorial yesterday about how to set up the NAS, the R50V is so much better, and this lens is so much better than the 90D. I want to try using the 90D again for photography at some point. It's much heavier to carry around, so tomorrow again this will be perfect. But I'll work out something, even if I have to record the video back at Waterloo or something. It's upstairs in Waterloo before I get the train home. I'll do something. There will be a vlog at some stage tomorrow, and hopefully the thumbnail will be of Lords. Right, I honestly think that's about it, because I've been here by myself all day, just working, but I feel much calmer. I was in a very confused state overnight and didn't sleep particularly well, because I was just concerned what I was walking into today, but it's gone all right. Apart from losing all the album art, which is a real pain in the arse, because it's a biggish collection I was beginning to build up. I've got loads more to go. I haven't even scratched the surface. But at least it's playing, it's there, it's working. And hopefully early next week I can take that NAS home and then start the whole procedure of sync and backup and see how that works together as well. Question. Can it work both ways? If I was to be here and upload something to this NAS, if I've got backup and sync, will that backup and sync to the one at home, and vice versa? If I decide I'm at home one night, upload some photos to that NAS, can I back up and sync to this NAS? Does it work both ways? Who out there's got some Ugreen NAS? I suppose even Synology is the same. Let me know how that works. And let me know where I can get movies. I'd really appreciate that. I did try Glen Ross last night. It had loads of stars in it. I'm gone blank on them all now, but it had loads of stars in it, and it just wasn't for me. It just didn't go anywhere. So I carried on watching some more episodes of The Newsroom on Amazon, because they're in 4K, so they look so much better. It's just a shame. I wanted to play with my toy, but you know, it's much lower res, so it's just not as good a quality. So yes, if anyone can get movies to put on the server that aren't hooky and aren't going to get me in loads of trouble, do let me know. Richard, thank you for your information about the refunds on the tickets at Lords. You're absolutely spot on. I heard Aggers talking about it on the radio today. But hopefully tomorrow, not only should I not get a refund, but we should see the conclusion of the test match. England are going to win, let's face it. They only need 5 wickets, and the Kiwis need, what, 220, 230? So we've got it in the bag, as long as the weather plays ball. And it is supposed to be much, much better tomorrow. So I'll speak to you from London tomorrow. And I might even be in London for a second day this week yet. Who knows? Anyway, have yourselves a lovely Saturday evening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.